Hello everybody, my name is Kidley, and it's time to take a look at Marvel Snap. This is a collectible card game from the developers at Nuverse. For those who don't know, some of the Hearthstone developers actually are part of that studio and helped make this game. But yeah, here in this video, we're going to take a look at the game. I'll show you what it's all about. And of course, the two big things is we're going to take a look and see how this game actually plays. And we're going to take a look at the monetary system, because in any collectible card game, the monetary system is always a big thing. So if we actually take a step back here for a second, and you think about games like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Hearthstone, or Yu-Gi-Oh! Generally speaking, these games are pay to win, whether it's the physical versions or the digital versions. You know, you're walking into a store or online, you're buying a pack of cards, you open it up and you see what you get. That's just how these games are. They've been that way forever. This game is not like that. In fact, this game is free to play, but the way that they actually do the system is very, very generous. So we're going to go ahead and start out, and I'm going to show you what the monetary system of this game is all about. First of all, there is a season pass, and it looks something like this. But the interesting thing about the season pass is you can't even buy it until you get past the intro part of the season pass. Which is really weird, because most games that have a season pass, the first thing they want you to do is get into the game, buy that season pass so they're making money. In Marvel Snap, you can't do that. It won't let you. There's literally 20 levels of an intro to the season pass that you have to get through before you can buy it. And I think the reason why they did that is because they want people to understand how the game and how the season pass works. But as we look at this here just a little bit, as I mentioned, you cannot buy packs. You can essentially not buy power in this game, and I say that a little bit loosely, but I'll explain it here in a minute. But pretty common for a season pass, you're picking up cards, you're picking up some of the in-game currency, and you're picking up boosters. Another big thing to know about this game is a big part of the progression is leveling up how your cards look. You can't level up the power or anything like that. You are simply upgrading the way the cards look. But no, going back and looking at this track, you can see that you can pick up the Black Panther card for level 1. Here's more credits, here's more boosters, here's more gold. And you can see at this particular screen, the main kinds of currency are, in fact, gold, and then this blue currency, which they call credits, both of which can be earned in-game. But going down the track, it's essentially just repeating itself for the most part. Credits, gold, a card, and then every once in a while you'll get like an additional cosmetic item like a framed portrait or something like that. Now let's go ahead and kick on over to the store, which is something that goes hand in hand with the season pass. Now right from the start here, they straight up for $3 you can buy the Captain America card, you can get some gold, you can get his portrait. Now straight up just buying a card, this is basically the only one that you can buy. Again, there's no packs in this game. As we scroll down, it's all about your daily offers, your gold, and being able to upgrade the looks of your cards. Now you might ask, so what do you mean by upgrading the looks of your cards? If we actually go into the card collection system here for a second, you'll notice that you'll have a card that starts out super basic, like Deathlock here. And then it can upgrade all the way to something like, here is my Medusa card, which you'll actually notice it's in 3D, it's legendary. So let's actually go ahead and go back here for a second. And I've got some free ones that I can upgrade using my in-game currency. So we'll take Wolfsbane here. We'll do an upgrade on it. So we're going to go from a regular to a frame break. And you'll notice that the outline of the card also went from that gray-white to a green. So if you're familiar with almost normal loot in games or MMO loot, they use the very similar, like, gray, white, green, orange for legendary, that sort of thing. So let's go ahead and go to another one. Oh, we're actually getting a slight level up. That's the collection level, which I haven't talked about yet. So let's go back here. So here we have Enchantress. We'll go ahead and level up this card. Same thing. It's going to be a frame break. And we'll go ahead and we'll get back to that screen. Stop showing it to me. We'll go to the White Queen, which again is going to be the same thing. Frame break. But as I showed you with a couple of the other cards, you get to the point where the cards are starting to animate. The character's name will actually glow and that sort of thing. So one other quick thing that I can show you is as we scroll down with the gold here, again, you can buy more versions of the card. They actually have like pixel versions, alternate art styles, and so that's basically what you're able to do with the currency that's in this game. So like I said, it's very different, very generous. So let's go back to that thing that kept popping up, which is another part of the progression system in this game, and that is the collection level. So as you noticed, as I was upgrading the cards, it was giving me points into the collection level. This is another way for you to get free cards, credits, boosters, so forth and so on. And this never ends. It goes forever. So this is a very, very quick and easy way to get cards. You'll see pretty much on that left side, it's card, 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 card. And then on the right side, it's usually some kind of a resource. Another quick little thing I will show you is you actually have another way of getting some cards and resources, and that is actually your season rank. So once you are actually playing the game, if you are winning matches, you will then progress your season rank. If you lose matches, once you get to a certain progression level, you can actually decrease your rank as well. So a little bit of competitive nature in this particular portion of the game. Up at the top of the screen, once again, you can see the two different currency types. Let's very quickly go into missions. So this is something that will generally reset every day. So you have weekly challenges, your daily missions, your, in this particular case, the Warriors of Wakanda Chapter 1 missions, which is something that changed. Here's Chapter 2, Chapter 3, so forth and so on. This will give you points that go into your season pass. But I know I'm showing you a lot, like fairly quickly here, but the key message that I want to sort of put out about this is this game is very generous in what it gives you. I have spent no money in this game so far, and I have not felt the need to do so. I've been getting so much of the two currency types, I just frankly have not had the need to spend money, which is crazy. Because usually in games like this, it's like, I gotta have all the cards. I gotta buy packs, Not in this game. Another quick thing I want to mention is the developers have been talking about adding a way into the game that will allow you to more easily pick and choose what cards you want. So everything I've been showing you so far, it's basically, oh, you get a random card. But yeah, we'll have to see what they come up with regarding being able to actually pick and choose the actual cards that you want to get and that you want to play. So speaking of cards, let's go into the actual deck builder itself. Each deck consists of 12 cards. And as you can see here, there's a bunch of slots for different decks, so you can pretty much do whatever you want. So let's get into a little bit on how the game actually works. Back at the start of the video, I talked a little bit about other games like Hearthstone and Pokemon and Magic and games like that, and a lot of those games have to do with cards, battling each other, and there's health involved. Maybe there's health for the player. It's about killing other cards, draining health, that sort of thing. This game is not like that at all. This game is lane-based. So once we actually get into it, you have to control lanes, and the player who controls the most lanes wins the game. There are a couple of cards that have the ability to kill other cards, but it's definitely not the theme of the game. Now, as we look at some of the cards here, you will see very familiar numbers on the cards. In this particular case, the blue is essentially your energy or your mana, and the second is your point for that card. So if we take a look at Ant-Man here, it costs 1 energy to lay the card down, and Ant-Man will award 1 point to that lane. Now, another very common theme for this type of game is a lot of the cards will have bonuses. So as you can see here, Ant-Man has an ongoing ability. If you have 3 other cards in this lane, he gets an additional 3 to power. We'll take a look at Medusa here as an example. So if this card is at the center lane, she automatically gets 2 to power. Now, if there's anybody who is familiar with card games, you'll know it's all about the stat line. Some cards, by their very nature, have a good stat line, and some have a bad stat line. So if we take a look at the Medusa card here, again, if we play her in the center, she is what is known as a 2/4, which is a good stat line for the center lane. If we play her in the left or the right, she's going to go down as a 2/2, which is considered something like an average. So let's take a look at a card that just straight up has a great stat line. We'll take a look at, let's say, the Sentinel. So by default, by itself, it is a 2/3. That's a fantastic little stat line. And you can see here that on reveal adds another Sentinel to your hand. So you're automatically drawing a card, you're getting another 2/3 Sentinel. That's a fantastic little card. So we'll take a look at let's take a look at some of the big boys down here. We have the Hulk, straight up 6/12. Incredible stat line. Absolutely incredible stat line. Let me show you maybe a couple more unique cards just to kind of give you a feel for what this game is all about. Jessica Jones, on reveal, if you don't play a card here next turn, +4 to power. Meaning if you don't play another card in that lane, 4 to power. So if you're able to fulfill that, she is a 4/8. If you're not able to fulfill that, by default, she's a 4/4, which again is kind of a neutral stat line. Let's see, what's another fun one? We can get into some really interesting ones. Let's take a look at like Star-Lord as an example. So by default, a 2/2, but if your opponent played a card here this turn, 3 to power, so it becomes a 2/5. So it's a very risky card. Let's take a look at Hawkeye, who by default is a 1/1, a great early card to play. If you play a card here next turn, 2 to power. So it's your responsibility to turn Hawkeye into a 1/3, which is a fantastic stat line. Let's take a look at, where's Mr. Fantastic at? He's got some fun stats. So by default, 3/2, bad stat line. But adjacent locations have +2 to power. So if you play Mr. Fantastic in the center, he then buffs up the left and the right lane, essentially turning him from a 3/2 into a 3/6. Another one we can take a look at here real quick is something like Ironheart. By default, 3/0. Now you might take a look at that and be like, wait, you're going to throw down Ironheart for 3 mana and she's not going to do anything for the lane? That's kind of weird. But gives 3 other friendly cards 2 to power. So she's actually, as long as you have 3 other cards down, becomes a 3/6, but not in the lane that she's in. So you can start getting a little bit crazy with the strategy there. But yeah, I don't have all the cards. I'm not even close to having all the cards. But that kind of just gives you a feel for what the cards sort of do and look like in this game. So without further ado, I've been talking a lot. let's actually play, and I can show you what this is all about. So, as I mentioned, this is about lane control. Two other things that I'm going to talk about before we actually jump into a game is every lane has something that happens into it. So every lane is considered a location. And the locations can be like Wakanda, New York, the moon, whatever, like a famous Marvel location. And based on the location, the lane might have some sort of special thing that happens with it. So it could be Wakanda. Play all card, or any card played here has auto 2+ to power, or something like that. Actually, you can see right there, the throne room. Cards here, hold on. Cards here with the highest power have their power doubled. So that's exactly what a room or lane looks like. The final thing that I'm going to talk about before we actually start playing is, you know, they call this game Marvel Snap. And they're just not necessarily referring to Thanos, but snapping is actually a mechanic in the game. So earlier I mentioned your rank within a season, which is this right here. In a match, you have the ability to either lose or gain more points by snapping. And snapping is you telling the opponent, hey, I'm being cocky and I'm going to win this game. It's like throwing extra chips on the table if you're playing poker. And so, by snapping, can you really win the game? Are you taunting them? Like, what are you doing with that? But if you can get away with it, you'll earn more points. On the other hand, if you snap and you lose more points. So where's the gamble there? All right, without further ado, let's jump in. These matches are also very, very fast. Much faster than something like Hearthstone. The Nexus. Your power here is granted to the other locations as well. I have no 1-mana card, so I can't play anything right now. Got a Nightcrawler coming out. Also, these are 6-turn games. All right. This one says add 2 raptors on each side of this location. All right. I'm going to go ahead and throw Star-Lord. So again, Star-Lord is... if your opponent plays a card here, I get 3 to power. So I'm going to guess he's going to play at Nexus. We'll see if I'm right. Here we go. Is he going to play at Nexus? He's not. He's got Blade. I've never seen Blade. Discard a card from your hand. 1-3. That's a good stat line. Oh, he lost his Ironheart. So my gamble over here on the left side failed. And there's that throne room, which we just talked about. So cards here with the highest power have their power doubled. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do Mr. Fantastic. As I mentioned earlier, he's going to buff the left and the right lane if we play him center. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Again, the goal here is to win the most lanes. You have to win at least 2 lanes to win. Right now, I'm winning 1. I'm winning that left side lane. He's doing Mr. Fantastic, but in the wrong position. Why would he do that? I don't know. I'm buffing both lanes. He only buffed 1. All right. We have... I could throw Ant-Man center, and he would get that additional 3 to power because I already have 3 cards there. Instead, I'm going to go Hawkeye on left lane, and I'm going to go Ironheart on left lane. So again, Hawkeye is going to get that +2 if we play a card there next turn. Ironheart is going to buff 3 other cards. See what happens. The other cool thing about this is both players play at the same time. So you're not doing a back and forth. Colossus coming out, which is a 3. There's my Hawkeye, I'm a 1. Ironheart buffing my Raptors and my Star-Lord. So I'm now winning center lane. I'm going to go ahead and play Spider-Woman left lane. That should secure it for me. Spider-Woman, fantastic card. 5/7. Inflict all enemies with -1 power. I now have my Hulk. I could potentially win the throne room with the Hulk by itself. Gamora coming out on his side. We're debuffing him. I'm now 16-5 on the left side. And I also have center. All right, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, so this is the final turn, so I have to decide what I'm going to do. I currently have 24 on the center lane. Iron Man doubles the power at any given lane. So I'm going to play Iron Man center. And we're just going to go ahead and throw Ant-Man over on the right side just for kicks. We'll see if that's enough for me to win the game. So I'm going to try and win left and center. Center should be mine. There's no way that he can take it from me.
I am Iron Man.
Yeah, that's a 48. He ain't beating that. Electra coming out. Killing one of my raptors. That's going to reduce my power. Swordmaster coming out. And the game is mine. 1642.
Victory.
And that's how you do it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to collect our rewards. So we are earning some currency to try and upgrade Medusa. Because again, this game is all about upgrading your cards, not making them more powerful. We also increased our seasonal rank to 24. See, now, if I were to lose the next round, I could, in theory, be kicked down to 23. And I got a bunch of missions done here. So you see I'm going to get some season rank and some more currency. And I think I got... Yeah, I got this one done. So that's 900 more into the season. Oop, did I have another mission to grab? Oh, I have my weekly challenge. See, there's me getting both currency types and the season pass XP. So like I said, this game is very generous. All right, let's go again. I'll try and snap this time just to show you what that looks like. Me being ultra cocky. Add a squirrel to each location. No. So Nightcrawler is a fairly unique card. After we place Nightcrawler down, we can actually move him once. So. Normally when a card goes down, it's locked to that location. We got a Quicksilver coming out to center. Alright, cards played here have a 25% chance to be destroyed. Now, keyword there. Cards played here, not moved here. So I can move Nightcrawler over to center location, and he will not be destroyed. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So the Squirrel and Nightcrawler, we'll see if they can manage to maintain the danger room. We'll move Star-Lord over to Central Park. Again, 3 to power if the enemy plays on that side. It's a gamble move. He did not. I lost the gamble. Give 2 power to cards in the player's hands. I'm gonna go ahead and snap.
Snap.
Let's get crazy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and lay down Ironheart, which again is gonna buff my other cards. Let's see what happens. Morph coming out. He's morphing into an Iron Man.
Iron Man.
Okay, I do have a Hulk on standby, and I have Spider-Woman again. I'm going to go ahead and play Ant-Man. Where do we play Ant-Man at? Do we play him on left or center? With the Iron Man on left side, that's going to be a little bit rough for me to maintain left side. I mean, I could match him with my Iron Man. Let's go Ant-Man on... Man, this is actually a tough call. Let's go right. I'm not sure which lanes I'm going to take yet. Kazar coming out, buffing up some cards. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and we're going to lay a Spider-Woman on... Boy, do I go left side and try and debuff him? Or do I go center? I mean, I can lay my Iron Man on left, but he could lay down something and beat me. I'm thinking about abandoning left side. Let's go... Shoot. All right, let's go Spider-Woman right. I don't think I can take left. It's my biggest concern. White Tiger coming out. So here I have to make a decision. I can lay Hulk center and most likely take it with no problem. The question is am I able to maintain the right side with 11? That's the tough part.
Opponent snapped.
Oh, really? Okay, buddy. Here we go. He thinks he's gonna win. Blade coming out. Dang it, we tied on the right side. No, we didn't. He beat me with a Fantastic. Oh, his Mr. Fantastic got destroyed. Okay. So that's a tie and then a 1-1. So that's actually a loss. Ties don't happen very often, so got to film one. I've actually had an actual tie happening. I think I've only seen that like once or twice. It's very rare. So you see, I lost points there. So again, I'm getting currency to upgrade my Mr. Fantastic. That's how it works. Got another mission done. Go back over to my season pass here. Alright, play one more quick little round here. But no, overall, I'm very much enjoying this game. It's something that you can very quickly jump in and out of because the rounds are so short compared to even Hearthstone or, you know, anything like similar to this. And again, I know I've said it a couple times, but the game is like incredibly generous. On turn 6, cards can't be played here. The vault. All right, we'll throw a Nightcrawler over there. You know, as far as the deck building aspect, it's all about playing around. Ongoing effects are disabled here. The Isle of Silence. It's always hard to guess where I think he's gonna play at. I'm gonna go center with Star-Lord. I've been wrong every time on my Star-Lord. So I mentioned earlier that there's like very few cards that actually kill other cards. Electra just happens to be one of the few. Destroys a random enemy 1-cost card at this location. Let's go ahead and throw over Hawkeye into lane left. And we'll do... I want to do Sentinel over on left. Let's do Sentinel on left. So he's doubling up. He's got a center lane Medusa and a Nightcrawler. So the Sentinel will give me another Sentinel because that's what Sentinels do. That's why the X-Men had such a problem stopping them. We know Mr. Fantastic is awesome in center, so we're going to do it again. He'll buff up the left and right. Also, it's always interesting on how these free-to-play games make so much money. Because I know they announced for this game that it made, I don't know how many million, like a couple million in its first week or something like that. And it's just like, man. So again, on turn 6, can't play a card here. So if I'm going to play something on that side, I need to do it now. And if we're going to do it, it needs to be a Spider-Woman, and I'm going to debuff him. Now, just here real quick. So 7, 8, 9, 10... 11, but I'm going to debuff all his cards. So here we go. He's already got 4 over there. Zappity zappity. 11, 11. So I tied that lane. I can lay down Hulk. He's only got 2 on that side there. I have 6 points. Let's, do I go Medusa, Jessica Jones? No, if I'm gonna do that, I should do it, I mean, that'll claim the right for me. It just depends what he's gonna play. It's where it gets hard, chat. Actually, no, I got a better idea. Whoa, what? That's a weird message. I'm actually, I'm changing my mind. I'm gonna lay an Ironheart instead. I'm gonna try and buff up the ones on the left side. All right, I'm doing something risky here.
Avengers!
Perfect. So, I got the left lane, but I lost the other two. We gotta end this video on a win. Oh, I got a season pass freebie here. We'll grab that currency. All right. One more. Cards cost one less. Well, I'm just gonna lay my Medusa center then. Scarlet Witch. Oh, that's gonna change the location. After turn 3, add a random card here for each player. Cards here have -1 power. Okay. I'm gonna hope that he plays left side. We'll lay down the Star-Lord. Got him that time.
Got him!
It's the first time that I've actually gotten the Star-Lord to work. Asgard, after turn 4, whoever's winning here draws 2 cards. Oh, that's interesting. All right, Mr. Fantastic center.
Avengers!
Oh, that's a Captain America variant that I've not seen. Wave. Next turn, cards in both players' hands cost 4. Yeah, I've never seen that card. I've never even heard of that hero. Wolfsbane coming out. That's another thing, you know, I'm a big Marvel fan, but yeah, this game is showing me heroes I've never even heard of. I'm like, who's Wave? Spider-Woman will debuff that lane. What does that guy do? The location to the right has 6 to power. Wow. So that's an interesting little card. All right, let's go ahead and throw down a Jessica Jones. We'll throw a Nightcrawler over here on left side. Again, Jessica Jones, if I don't play center lane, she'll be a 4/8. So I'm going to try and do left and center. We'll let him have Asgard. Ant-Man coming out. That'll be a buff on that side for him. Okay, so I have left lane. So go Hulk center, and that should do it. Blue Marvel's gonna buff all his cards. All right, got it.
Victory!
Ooh, so I can actually level up my Ironheart. So here we go.
Animated.
Yeah, in the actual card progression, there's something like 8 levels of card progression. It's pretty crazy. Oh, sweet. So I get to show you some new cards. as we're wrapping up here. So I actually get this. Let's see what we get. Hey, we've got Bishop. So 3-1, bad stat line. But when you play a card, this one gains 1 to power. So if you can play Bishop early, he keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So that's actually an interesting card. So we got some boosters. Currency. All right, next card is... Oh, we got that Electro. I don't know if I would ever actually play that card. The 1/1. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. We got some more missions done here. Grab these. I'm getting very close to my currency cap. Not unless they raised it. I don't know. All right. But yeah, just sort of my final thoughts on this. Like I said, this game is free to play. It's on Steam if you're a PC user. Otherwise, it's on all of your mobile devices. But no, it's just a very solid, you know, card game. And if you're a big fan of Marvel and card games, then this one is definitely right up your alley. I've been enjoying the heck out of it. It's very, very good. And as I've said a million times, it doesn't it doesn't push microtransactions in your face at all. And as I said, it's been very generous. I have not spent a dime in this game, and like I said, I haven't felt the need to. But I think they're getting ready to come out with their next season at the time I'm recording this video. Yeah, up here it says like 4 days. So I might buy into the next season. Just, you know, support the devs a little bit. But yeah, it's a very, very, very cool little game. So with that, I think we'll wrap up the video. So thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one.